and it is in the Porch Talk. The
We're live.
public Porch Talk is where
We
it
are.
is. So we may possibly already be live.
We are live.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all know how I do it. I don't really mean to act like I really don't know when it goes live, but I really don't know when we
The
be
red
going
button
live.
is
I be on
on.
the other side trying to send all the information. And because of that, sometimes I kind of lose exactly where I am. So I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're joining me. We're going to welcome some great people to the platform. And Stacy's not feeling well today. So you guys be praying for her so she can show up at the meeting tomorrow. Okay. So we are welcoming Annette Marie Moore, the love goddess, the love
Uh-oh.
champion. Annette leads you from loving yourself into loving everyone else. I love that. I love that. And she always leads off with a big hug. Hug yourself and love on yourself. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the fabulous Camille Robb is in the house. Hey, Camille. So glad to see you. And Camille is the
Hello.
one that helps you to get those bills down. You got to pay them anyway. So, hey, look, connect with Camille so she can tell you how to change a $150 phone bill into a $50 phone bill. A gas bill is running like $400 a month to $200 a month. That's who Camille is. And in the process, while she's helping you, you're helping her to feed hungry children. I just love it. I love it. And then we have the wonderful, wonderful Amber with us. Now,
Amber.
I'm a pastor, and we gonna put Amber in that circle as well. And when we stir up the pot, I'm mentoring women. She's mentoring youth and empowering them and sending them out with great messages and inspiration. I'm telling you, hold me, hold me, hold me. I'm telling you, I've got some great women on this platform. And then our wonderful guest, Dr. Heather Tucker. Now, I'm going to read her bio, but first, I just want to share here's promotional time. I'm going to share a couple of things with you, and then we're going to get into our interview. So, Patricia Rogers just had her live event, Home Based Businesses, yesterday, and it was just awesome. I loved it. I loved it. So, coming up soon, March the 26th, what you will find is I have an event for you to attend called Porch Talk Family Reunion. It's where the girls hang out at. It is the playground for the busy people and busy entrepreneurs to come and have a little fun. It is going to be awesome. The price for the tickets are $10. So we'll put that in the link below as well. But you can go to Eventbrite and purchase your ticket today. So that's Porch Talk at porchtalk.eventbrite.com. So I am looking forward to connecting with everyone and just having a great afternoon. And then I am going to read Dr. Heather Tucker's bio, and then we're going to get started. So, Dr. Heather is the founder and CEO of Another Level Living Incorporated, a faith based professional training and coaching company. She is a master life harmony coach, speaker, and trainer. Dr. Heather mission is to guide kingdom entrepreneurs in achieving success in their business and life. Harmony, which creates optimal, oh boy, I am really messing up here on her. So here we go. One more time. Dr. Heather's mission is to guide kingdom entrepreneurs in achieving success in business and in life. She uses easy strategies to support her clients in stressing less, increasing energy, and strengthening relationships in order to mine experts, and has certification in she has certified over 350 life coaches today. So she certifies life coaches. So if you guys need to be certified as a life coach, you need to connect with Dr. Heather Tucker today. Dr. Heather Tucker's primary area of expertise includes business building, digital marketing, authentic leadership, relationship, emotional intelligence, and trauma. And we are welcoming Dr. Heather to the platform. Dr. Heather, unmute yourself. We're going to give you an opportunity to tell people exactly who you are and who you serve and how you can help everyone. So I am turning the mic over to you.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And Dorothy, thank you for that amazing introduction. I am Dr. Heather Tucker, CEO and co founder of a company called Another Level Living. It is really about living at another level, especially when we're on this journey of entrepreneurship. So I support entrepreneurs, especially kingdom entrepreneurs, in achieving business and life harmony success. The power of what we do is really making sure that all of the life stuff is resolved, is easy, so therefore business can be easy, because once we break free from the things that are happening in our health, our relationships, our families, our finances, all of this stuff, then it makes business easy. So I'm my mission is to really support people in getting to, instead of staggering into business where it's like you got success and hills and valleys, I'm all about gliding and exponentially expanding our success. That way we can be able to impact more people and change more lives. So, one of the things I was going to share with you today is really about how to have peace under pressure, how to have peace in the midst of the chaos. The world may be chaotic, our homes may be chaotic, our relationships may be chaotic, and our health can be chaotic too, but we don't have to be. And that is about, we can't control the things that are happening, but we can control how we respond to them. And that's about how we can actually reclaim our power and unleash our greatness to the world and be that light that shines bright for all the world to see unapologetically.
I like that. I like that. Yes, yes.
So I basically, I had a really cool acronym for peace that I wanted to be able to share. And first, this is imagine, just imagine if you could feel totally secure, supported, successful, both inside and out.
Mhm.
Imagine letting go and leaping forward into your destiny with more ease and love and grace. And also imagine eradicating painful challenges so that there's more clarity, confidence, and consistency. One of the biggest things that happens in entrepreneurship is our businesses are an extension of us. So, how we are and how we go, business will go the same. And where a lot of my work comes from actually has a lot to do with even my own journey and my own story. I am married to an amazing man who is a Marine Corps veteran and came and did 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan and came back with PTSD. And so one of the things that happens is we have a 5% success rate in marriage. And the reason why is because both of us have so much trauma from childhood, from adulthood, that we had to be able to break free from. So therefore we could be able to come on one accord. Now, just like there's a 5% success rate in relationships and marriage, it's you can only imagine how when you think about parenting, oh my gosh, we have two amazing kids, and it's like I have a 7-year-old going on 30 and a 2-year-old, oh, she'll be 2 and she's probably going on 50. They're just so wise these days, right? So it almost adds on to all these challenges. And 95% of businesses fail within the first couple of years. Why? Because there's so much stuff that's going on in business and we can get overwhelmed. We can get stressed out. And stress is contagious. Like, have you ever been around somebody who's like stressed out and then all of a sudden you're like stressed out and you're like, what in the world is happening? Right? So this is why we really focus on getting that, healing the past, living more in the present, and having a bigger vision for the future and create emotional stability, emotional resilience, emotional wisdom. So therefore we can be the calm even in the midst of the chaos.
I love that. I love that. One thing that I know is that, and every now and then the pastor in me slips out. So here we go. The Bible actually talks about that. We can be in the world, but we don't have to be a part of the world. So I love the idea of knowing how to react regardless of what's going on in our lives. And it's a mindset thing. It's something that we have to learn along the way, how to just calm ourselves down. And really, I call it, along with Porch Talk, I call it pause, reset, and then connect. And that's what I call it. So I'm so happy that you're saying that. Come on, tell us some more. Come on.
All right, absolutely. So, that's exactly right. Like a lot of times we're taught to really focus on our rational side of our brain, the logical side, the mental side. Do, right? And the reality is sometimes difficult for us to be able to be. This is actually probably one of the reasons why when this pandemic hit, it hit all of a sudden and it shut everything down. And a lot of times most people were so busy in the doing that it's like, oh my gosh, I have to be and I have to deal with me. Like, wait a minute, this is something totally different. But we are human beings, right? We're human beings, not human doing. So the power and the best gift and the best way to be able to increase your purpose, passion, and prosperity with ease has to do with knowing that is be first, then do, then have. So be this be everything that you've been called to be. So therefore you can do everything that you're called to do. And then ultimately you can be able to have everything that you've been called to have in your life. So
Mhm.
let me get into this awesome acronym that I have for you called PEACE. Okay. The first letter, P, it actually stands for two things. The first thing it stands for is practice total health.
Mhm.
So, total health is actually, a lot of times people think, okay, it's just spiritual or it's just physical, but total health is spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And you want to be able to have that all on one accord. A lot of times there's stuff that's going on in our mind, right? It's about creating a renewed mind and a healed heart so they can be working together to be able to achieve your goals and dreams. For me, I thought that total health was just spiritual and physical. I thought if I prayed to God enough, things would change. I thought if I keep going to the gym and doing everything, that things would change. But the biggest obstacles are actually in our mind, and our greatest wealth is our peace of mind because that's what connects our body and soul. So it's actually the mental and emotional part, especially the emotional piece. A lot of times people think that someone may have a mental health issue. They actually have an emotional health issue. So when you resolve that and you can create that, oh, okay, the peace from above comes like a flood to those who earnestly seek it. And the peace within will automatically manifest the peace with others. So as we really step into everything that we are, we can be able to give that love, not that surface level, temporary love, but I'm talking about that deep, unconditional love of aloha, right? Because aloha means so much. That's one reason why I say it all the time. People are like, are you in Hawaii? No, but I go there all the time because it's my home away from home, because it means truth. It means light. It means, recognizing that we're called for something greater than ourselves. So once we get out of our own way,
Yeah,
we
no, Tony,
become
but
unstoppable.
okay, all right.
And so patient, so the second piece, that part of P stands for patient perseverance on the path. One of the things I usually hear from my clients and students is, Dr. Heather, I should have been there already. I should have did this. I should have did that. Like, and I tell them, timing is already always perfect, right?
Yeah.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly in this space. So the power is in the process, not necessarily the destination. I mean, getting
Wow.
there is pretty awesome too, but enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the
Right?
journey. That's it.
That's
That is
it.
it. I'm telling you, if we could do that, we would be okay. Just listening at you, a lot of times people, just the least little thing can just kick them off of their feet, knock them down. And it's all about, for me, it's like, okay, when things are coming up on me, what can I do? Who can I connect with? Why is it we have these folks that's supposed to be our friends that we can call when we're going through? Now, I'm not talking about people that are complainers or whiners, but you my friend. So if I got an issue, I should be able to come to you and talk to you about what's going on with me, and then if I ask for your feedback, then you give me your feedback. But most of the time, when you want to call, they're not available. They don't even answer the phone. They don't answer their texts. Okay. So, Dr. Heather, your sharing today should help people to understand just what's going on around them, what's going on in them, and how to get more balance, how to, like you say, calm the storms that come up in their life and come around them.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. This is actually the reason why I love coaching so much, because people do business with people that they don't know, like, and trust, right?
Hmm.
And as a coach, you're like holding a space for your client to be able to have their breakthroughs. As a lot of people think that coaching is giving advice, we don't really do that. Like in business building, we'll help navigate you and stuff like that. But the biggest, most powerful part is to be able to allow them to pour out, right? Pour out
Yeah.
and empty out what's going on with you. So therefore you can be able to figure out how to be able to fill your own cup. And have you ever given some advice to somebody and like, do they follow it?
No.
No, they don't, because it's not coming from them. Like it's not coming from them, it's coming from you. So in terms of helping people tap into their own solutions, and sometimes people just need to vent, to be able to get it out in a safe place where they know that person has the best interest at heart for you, not necessarily to be able to put their 2 cents in like our friends and family want to do.
Mm.
Okay, let me get to this next one because it actually really ties into what we were talking about already. So there are two. So E stands for energy and emotions are one. There's two things that impact your body and your cells first and foremost, and that is your energy and your environment. And your emotions are like energy and motion. So, um, being in I don't really necessarily think we have time to go into all the details about PTSD, but it's like where they can be okay one moment and then all of a sudden they're not okay, right? Or has anybody ever overreacted or lashed out, right? So these things used to come, our emotions sometimes come like a wave sometimes. And it used to be when I would get these, when my husband would have an episode or a trigger, it would like take me out energetically for like a couple of days. Now it comes and I look at it go by and I'm continuing to be able to move on with what I'm doing and also give that aloha at the same time. Because what it does is recognizing, you know, a lot of the times people think that the problem may be with you, but the reality is there's something that's going on within that person. right? So there's always something deeper. And so when you get to that point of awareness, this actually leads into awareness of avoidance and aloha. Like, what are we avoiding? What are we tolerating? The things that we think are so small and minute can actually become major mountains and problems later down the line. So we can,
Absolutely.
either continue to ignore, and let it get bigger, 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 or we can be able to face it and break through it and be free.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. We're just about at a point where we're going to go into our porch talk section, but I'm going to give Annette a few minutes to kind of sum up some of the stuff that you talked about. And then I'm going to give Amber a chance to comment in as well. So come on, Annette, give us a summary of what's Dr. Tucker's been talking about.
Well, I love that coaches need coaches and friends need to continue to be friends, no matter what type of communication that looks like. And I love that Heather said there's power in the process. So many times we can be impatient because we want the final outcome. And we need to look at the joy in the process, because that's really when the growing pains actually help a person to grow, right? So without the pain, how can you get to the pleasure? And I'm fascinated about the term kingdom entrepreneur. So I'm sure one of us is going to ask some questions about that and dig a little bit deeper to kind of explain what that looks like. Let's see. Peace is a great word. And there were so many key nuggets in just what she said in the very beginning about having patience and perseverance and practicality. And I started sweating when she said the word awareness. So apparently I'm becoming aware of something that was happening just in that moment. And it's all about energy. So no matter if it's good energy, not good energy, whatever label you want to put on it, everything that's going on, like in our minds and in our actions, we're just moving energy. So we can choose to have patience or passion in the journey, or what else did she say? Power in the journey, and just figure out what kind of energy you're moving to figure out how to elevate that energy to something a little bit more positive so you can reach your goal. So I'm excited to learn more about Heather and all the amazing things that she's doing to help kingdom entrepreneurs.
Hey, the thing about it is that you can hear more. All you got to do is get your ticket to Porch Talk Family Reunion. We've got 3 of them going this year. So we've got one in March, we've got one in May, I think, and then we have one that's coming up in July. So, but Heather is going to be at our first Porch Talk Family Reunion. So she gets a chance to share even more information. So I'm going to give Amber a chance to chime in. Then we're going to let Heather tell us how we can contact her. And then we're going to crisscross over to the fabulous Camille for our Porch Talk question. Come on in, Amber, and give us a little bit of you.
Hey, ladies, it is an honor to be back on the porch again. Thank you for having me, Pastor Dr. Dorothy. Thank you for having me, Pastor Dorothy Ross. It's an honor to be here with you all today. Ladies, Camille and Annette, it's so good to see your smiling faces again. And Dr. Heather, my goodness, yes. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You know, the older we get, we know that there are more years behind us, more likely than there are ahead of us. So we're looking at where we are positionally, where God has us, and being intentional about the opportunities and the things that come across our path so that we know that they're connected to our divine purpose, right? So what happens, Dr. Heather, when you're looking at the path, you're enjoying the journey, right? And you talked about patience, right? So you're working, you're putting into the atmosphere all the things that you know that God has given you to empower, to impact, and to bless others. And then something comes across your path, and you come to a place at an age where you may be older or senior, where there's a big transition. So you are the one who's always empowering other, you know being there as a sounding board for others, and now you're in that space where it's like, well, where did this come from, and how did I get here at this place? I'm here empowering, helping, blessing others, and you get like sidetracked with something crazy. So just give us a little feedback on that, because I love what you have been saying about peace and the acronyms of even the emotional and our total well-being and health. So I like some feedback on that. And thank you for everything you shared today.
You're very welcome. The biggest thing is we can't pour out from an empty cup. A lot of people ask me, how do you have all this energy? Like, I'll teach a whole day of classes and then I'm on Facebook Live and they're like, where is this coming from? Because it has to do with recognizing that there's a lion and a lioness inside of each and every one of us. And once you unleash it, and once you break free from anything that could be holding you back, it's almost like, watch out, world, here it comes. Because when you're working and you're living in your passion, and there's that fulfillment and satisfaction on all areas of life, it's like you never have to work another day in your life again, right? It's almost like you never even have to worry about money any other day in your life ever again. A lot of people are struggling with finances, and I say, if you can't find a job, create one, because the world needs us. And it's easy to procrastinate. Like, we can procrastinate on our calling. And what happens is lives are literally being lost when we do that. This whole
Absolutely.
part about kingdom entrepreneurship that Annette had mentioned too, it really has to do with, there's two different types of entrepreneurs. There's an entrepreneur that wants to make money, like, I want to make money, I want to be able to figure out like how to feed my family, etc. And then there's the one that is called, right, that has heard the call for their life, and instead of fighting and enduring the pain, fighting against it, and they stepped into it, right? So that's what kind of makes all the difference. And we don't have to have a great past to have a great future. I just want to put that out there. Like, coaching, from what I've seen, is the number one thing. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you did. You can be able to use all of that to be able to support and empower someone else. So Dr. Dorothy wanted me to say, how to be able to get connected with me. Check out my website, www.anotherlevelliving.com, www.anotherlevelliving.com. And on that website, I got a free guide for 5 secrets to achieving your ultimate biz life harmony. And I hope that you enjoy it and get on a discovery call with me. Let's chat, because time and life is too short to not be living on purpose and enjoying every single part of it.
Oh, wow. You know what? I mean, you guys have really shared some good stuff. I love it. One of the things that I'm finding out is, the more and more you talk, the more notes that I'm taking. And one of the things that you said reminded me of a song that I love. It's my favorite song, that's called I'm Every Woman. It's all in me. And that's who we are. And that's what we do. Regardless of what's happening in the moment, okay, there's always another hat that we need to put on, and we need to move forward in. What I've found out is, even though I've got all boys, and I've got great grandsons, and they just a house full of men all the time around me. So my birthday is coming up, and I've been getting calls, what are we going to do, or what have you. So um here's the thing: when I take the hat off from being a coach, there are times that, even though my kids are grown, I got to put the hat back on that says that I'm mom. Okay. My son is in his 50s, but he was sick. He wasn't feeling good. Now, he's got a wife at home, but he was here. Okay. So I'm asking my husband, where is he at? Where did he go? I said, I know he was here a few minutes ago. And I opened the bedroom door, and where was he at? In my bed, sleep. Okay. That's where he was at. So, but then now I still have to take that hat off. I got to put another hat on because now I got to play wife. Okay. So I got to make sure that he's happy, regardless of what's going on around me. I got to make sure that we're on the same page. So I got to put that hat on. When my grandsons show up and they're mad with their moms or their dads, now all of them are grown. All of my grandsons are grown. I still have another hat. So it's a never ending job. We, believe it or not, we can't afford to get sick. We can't afford to be out of order, out of balance, out of good health. We just can't afford it. Too many people depend on us. But not only that, okay, and I'm not going to say that sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, but guess what? I still love it anyway. I still love it. Okay. And then you said we don't have to have a great past to have a great future. Oh my God. We are not our past. And we do not have to present that in the future. And how do I know? Because so many people are being transparent, so transparent. They're sharing what they've been going through. They're sharing. One of these days, I'm creating a course that's called From Mess to Millions. Okay. And it's just all about all of the mess that we have found ourselves in. But even because of that mess, okay, we were giving kingdom a kingdom pass. So there was a ticket waiting after my mess. When I decided I want to get out of my mess, there was a ticket waiting that said, "This is your kingdom pass from God," that allowed me to step into a future that he said, "I've already had it waiting on you." The only thing it is, we needed to make sure that you could get it in order so you could catch up with the future that I've already designed for you. Girl, look, you will make me preach today.
I
Okay.
just
It
got
ain't
one
about that.
thing. Can I just say
Okay.
one thing?
Yes, go ahead.
So as you were talking, the whole part about our past, like what I've learned on this journey is that the more that someone has gone through, a lot of times people are like, why me? Why did this happen? Like, I mean, I've asked myself that so many times too. But the more stuff that you have gone through, the greater your calling really is. And it's like a lot of times we don't see, we can become captivated by it, right? Like there's a message in the mess, right? And once you figure out what that message is, then that's just what sets you on a trajectory. Like, so it's almost becoming victorious. And you all already know what I'm talking about with that. So people who have gone through so much oppression, right? Oppression, being women of color, like that's just a big thing. It's easy to be able to feel less than, but the reality is we're more than. So no matter who you think you are, you're so much more than that if you just open your eyes and see the amazingness that's already there.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes. That is so awesome. All right. It's porch talk time. Okay. Porch talk. So we're going to give Camille a chance to ask you a question and we're going to go from there. So come on in, Camille.
Thank you so much, Dr. Etha. I appreciate that.
I
The
love
stuff
your
that-
house, girl. I got to come over and hang out on your porch. I love it.
So I know all this stuff that we talked about, but I want to go way back when you used to sit on the porch with your grandmother. And she used to say to you, "What is it that you want to be when you grow up, honey? What was it that you wanted to be when you were growing up? And did it actually happen? Because I need to know."
This is really good. Actually, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be able to help other people. Now I became a doctor, but only in IT. So that wasn't really helping a lot of people. But that was really the passion, to be able to be of service of others. I had saw so much stuff going on in the family, right? Like, so a lot of this has to do with looking at even like the difficulties of mental and emotional health in my own family, the difficulties of relationships and so forth. And I knew that there was something that I could do about it. I just didn't know what that was. So when I got deep into that dream job of working for the government, making 6 figures permanent, and I got in there and I'm like, okay, I made it, but no, this is not even it. There's something more. And it was God saying, it's time to be able to step out of that and step into what I've called you to be. So it's almost like I feel like the doctor of love now.
Wow. I just want to address some of the viewers that are on here today. And Kathleen Odom is here saying hello to us. And of course, Amber posted down here as well. Patricia says hello. Tonita Anderson, she's watching. Charlene is watching with us. Patricia Gallo, I got my ticket. So she's got her ticket to Porch Talk Live family reunion. I can't wait. I can't wait for all of these people. One thing that Patricia said is God is always ready for us. Don't leave this world with regrets. And I'm so glad that you said that, Patricia, because that's something that in my course, Reinventing Yourself in Midlife, it is definitely all about whatever regrets. I tell people, if you've got any regrets, the first thing you need to do is you need to write them all down. Write down what those things are that you think that you have missed out on. And we're going to get back to you, Camille. I know we're like we said 45 minutes, so we're running close to that. So once you get all of that written down, then the next thing for me, then this is what I would do. And that is I would write down exactly what will it take for me to bring those regrets into life. How do I make that happen? Okay. And then sometimes the things that we're regretting that we didn't get a chance to do or we didn't get a chance to step in are things that we don't need in our lives anyway. They're not for us. They were things that we thought about or things that we put to the side. But sometimes a lot of the things that we don't step into, there is a great reason for us not stepping into those things, So we're gonna get back. We got one more question that we want to ask you on Porch Talk. So Amber, have you got a Porch Talk question too? And we can come back for the last question with Fabulous Camille. You got a Porch Talk question you want to ask Dr. Heather?
I asked her my question that I had for her.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
And I answered it. Did I answer it right? Because sometimes I'll just talk and I don't know what. Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
you did. Okay.
No, Dr. Heather, everybody know I'm a grandma girl, right? Everybody knows that. Now, when you sat on the porch with your grandma, what was one of the things that she would talk to you about to this day that you still use it?
Camille, I'm so glad that you mentioned this and that you talked about my grandma, because my grandma was a very pivotal role in my life, and she passed away in December, and I actually was the one who had the blessing, and also it wasn't a burden, it was a blessing of seeing her take her last breath. And one of the things about my grandma that was highlighted even at her funeral was this power of entrepreneurship. And like when my grandfather, about 30 years before he was murdered, and he was an entrepreneur, he sold tires in the backyard. He had created this big business. When he was murdered, he was the richest Black man on the shore at that time. And so, one of the things my grandma used to always say is, money isn't everything. And you sure look like a fool if you don't have none, right? And, I would hear that and I'm just like, Grandma, money isn't everything. I prefer love, not money, right? And we can have both. We can have love and money. And that's really what it's about. It's about having all of that and recognizing that the money is just a tool to be able to use to be able to fund our vision on what we could do to be able to give back to the world. So she opened this whole perspective of, you receive, give yourself permission to be able to receive, and knowing that it'll make it even easier for you to be able to give and be of service to the others. Like my vision is to be able to open group foster care homes and teach them how to do coaching. So therefore they can already have entrepreneurship, and they can also coach each other as well. And, I'm looking forward to seeing that come into fruition because of what she taught me about respecting money.
Wow. I am so glad that you had a chance to come and spend some time with us and just share with us. It's been a great time, and we are right on track. It's time for us to get off of this platform, and I appreciate Amber coming and spending some time with us today. It has been amazing. I love all of you guys. Thank you for everyone that took out from their busy schedule to come and just spend a little afternoon with us. And we'll see you again on next Friday at 12 noon. We're going to ask everyone here to go back to the Facebook page and put their information in. So if you want to talk more with them or you just want to connect, that you'll be able to do that. I'll see you Friday at 12 noon on Porch Talk Live. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having me again. Blessings. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Too.
This was awesome.
Great
Bye,
job, Dr.
ladies.
Heather.
Thank you so
Yeah,